Hello there. Welcome once again to Nurse Codia's page. I'm excited to have you here. Today, we're going to be talking about why I should get an associate's degree in nursing compared to a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Let's get right into it. I know you're out there and you're probably thinking, oh, should I just go for my bachelor's? Should I just go for my associate's? Which one will benefit me more? Which one will pay me more? Which one will waste my time? Well, let's look at a few reasons why you should consider an associate as compared to a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. The first reason is because with an associate's degree, right, you can get your tuition reimbursed. Yes, with a bachelor's, you could as well, but with an associate, you can not only get your tuition reimbursed, you can get your BSN sponsored by the very hospital or healthcare organization that you are working for. Yes. And if I actually had the opportunity to go back, would I get my associate's degree in nursing? I think I would. Do I regret the path that I took? No, because I definitely learned a lot on that path. Once you have your associates, you do your prerequisites, which takes like what, 2 to 3 years. Your bachelor, you're talking about 4 years, right? So you're looking for a shorter process. You're here, you might be an immigrant, you might not be an immigrant, you have responsibilities, you might not really have all the time to commit to 4 years of completing a BSN. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you starting with your associate's degree in nursing. And once you start working, what happens is that there's so many institutions, I want to say even most institutions where I am, they're willing to sponsor you back to school to get your BSN. So, and not only that, they're able to reimburse you for the money that you spend getting your associate's degree. So that's one benefit. And the next benefit is nursing bridge programs. So once you're done with your associates and you decide that you want to get your BSN, they're online programs as compared to like when I started, I didn't have an associate's degree. So it was not as easy for me, at least in my state, to get an online program. I had to go to a 4 year institution. But when you already have your associate, you have the option of taking your BSN online. And you have bridge programs that can take a year and a half and you're done and you have your BSN. Or you can decide to go the remaining 2 year route and you get your BSN. So you have your work cut out for you on that end. And guess what? You're already working as a nurse, so you're already familiar with some of the things that you need to know. You're already familiarize yourself with the certain drugs that are common on the exams that you're going to be seeing. So things are not like, hey, just completely new to you, right? You already have some experience under your belt and you're not going in as a novice. That's one good advantage of having your associates. And then next is cost effective. Yes, because if you're going to school for like what, just 2 years as compared to the whole 4 years before you finish, hey, you've saved money, you've had your associate, you're earning, and you can even save enough for you to be able to sponsor your own BSN. So which is a great thing. And as far as the pay is concerned, hey, with nursing you can't really give a specific amount because it varies based on experience, it varies based on where you work and things like that. But the truth is that you're earning a decent amount and that you can get to save before going back in for your BS. With an associate, there is a little bit of a downside to it because if your organization has an opportunity for advancement in the company, they're going to go for who has the most qualification, right? So if you're looking for advancement opportunities in your healthcare organization, what you want to do is get a BSN, and or they're most likely going to choose someone with a BSN than someone with an associate's, right? Because they have, that qualification under their belt. But if that's not something that you're looking to, because not everyone really cares about that, then hey, that's you. And another little downside to having an associate is that most institutions now require that you have an associate for only about 2 to 3 years. Like in 2 to 3 years, they're expecting you to go back to school and get your BSN, right? They don't want you to stay on your associates and work for years as a. I heard like some people, back in time, just had your associates and they've been working for like 15, 20 years. Now, no, it's actually a requirement that you have to get your BSN and you have to get it within a certain time of working. Okay, at least in my state, most institutions require that. So it's not initially a bad thing. It's just that, you have a requirement to meet up to once you start working with your associate's degree. And also, a BSN is preferred in many healthcare systems, like I mentioned. So, you want to research, you want to know the organization you're applying to, you want to know if, they're going to allow you to work with your associates. And if they do allow you, in how long do they want you to get your BSN? And in how long are you going to work before they're able to reimburse your tuition? How long are you going to work for them before they're able to pay for your, in order for you to get your BSN? So that's a little bit a nation explaining to you why you or would benefit you to get your associates before getting your BSN degree. And if you have any questions, drop it down in the comment below and I'll be looking forward to hearing from you. Hi guys, I just wanted to add some information to the video you just watched. I want us to look at the cost differentiation and also look at some research. So typically you're getting your associates from a community college. And if you're interested in getting the BSN, it will be at a 4-year institution. The cost at PG, you have $119 per credit hour. And credit hour means that per each hour for that course. And then at University of Maryland, you're looking at $214 per credit hour, and out of state, $316 per credit hour. And University of Maryland is an in-state institution. If you're talking about private universities, you're talking about over $700 per credit hour. So if you want to go ahead and get your associates, by all means do that. I will personally advise anyone to just go ahead and get your BSN. But I do understand that situations vary, circumstances vary, responsibilities vary, right? So you can go ahead and do that. And trust me, your earning difference starting as a nurse would not be different from, most likely not be different from someone who has a BSN. But there, like I said, there's conditions tied to it. If you want to go that route, start working, earning, and then pursue your BSN, it's also a good alternative. But yeah, so to get your associates, you were looking about in between 20K and 30K to get your associate, as opposed to getting your BSN. We're looking at a cost of about 35,000 to up to 120K. Yes, because private institutions do cost quite a bit much. By the time you finish your BSN, you're looking at spending over 100K if you're at a private institution. However, if you're studying at the in-state institution, then we're looking at that, 30 to 50K range. So also, right, one of the reasons why these institutions are requiring that nurses who have their associates go in for their BSN is because over time, research has proven that the higher education nurses have, the better patient outcomes there will be. So that's one of the reasons why they're implementing it, and it's actually one of the requirements once you get employed with an associate in many hospitals at the moment, right? So we're going to look at a few research here. So since 1964, the NNA, which is the American Nurses Association, advocated that all registered nurses should be required to have a BSN based on the belief that nursing has become more complex due to technology and organizational change and thus require a higher level of education, which I'm not going to argue with. This is the truth. Like, if you talk to nurses who have been at the bedside for a longer period of time, they would agree with the fact that nursing has become more complex. I mean, people are getting sick and sicker. We see it in the hospitals. I mean, we see it if you've done home care. You can tell that patients are just sick and they're getting more sick than they used to be before. I mean, we're getting so many bed bound patient, it's like the whole hospital is bed bound. You get what I'm saying? So it's different now as opposed to then. I remember an old time nurse or a nurse that has been in the profession for longer saying that, hey, patients used to come and you wouldn't find yourself having to clean these patients or having to do all these other things, but things are different and you find that you're dealing with a lot of more complex issues. Like you're dealing with a lot of secondary issues when it comes to patient care nowadays. So we have that. And also, we have this research by the Institute of Medicine, and that says of 2011, they recommended that 80% of RNs attain a bachelor's degree by 2020. So there's all this scientific research that has been backed up, and so the state looks into it. Certain states actually mandate that yes, they do want nurses who have their associates to go back and get their BSN, right? Which I don't totally disagree with this. I think that, yeah, the more education you have, the better you're equipped to take care of this complex issues, right? And we're approaching them based on evidence-based practice, and we're approaching our patients being informed on how to deal with these complexities that we see. So yeah, I just wanted to add that. And hey, I do see a question from the last video. International students, I've not forgotten about you. We just might be thinking about the same thing. So just stay tuned to the channel, and more information about different aspects of nursing will be approached eventually. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you.